phone was ringing. Somehow I knew the call was for me. Hello?
Alan Wake?
Yes.
Do you know who I am?
No? Who is this?
We'll get to that later. There are spies all over. Shadows.
A sense of déjà vu washed over me. Had I had this conversation before?
Alan, listen to me carefully. Caldera Street Station, the subway. You need to go there. I'll call you again later. Make sure to pick up.
Do I know you? I know you from somewhere.
You've just forgotten again. We're in this together. Don't worry. I got you now. We've been working. Great.
I'm losing you. Hello? Hello? The man had said Caldera Street Station. I had to go there. The Caldera Street Station sign was there, but the entrance was missing. I had to make it appear. Maybe I could use the lamp to reveal the station entrance.
I'm lost in the dark. I'm a writer. I write. Writing is the key. Art is the key to find my way out of the dark place. I can't forget this. Don't you fucking forget this. I'm in the dark place. I'm outside time and space. Outside reality. But this is real. A nightmare dimension. An ocean of darkness. Remember, its dark energy can make art come true. Make dreams and nightmares come true. Yes, I can use this. I need to use this. Hungry, monstrous things out there, plotting to stop me, to devour me, become me. Oh no.
Is this the way it was on the page?
What the hell? Oh, hey. We met at Door's show.
Alan Wake, the writer. I'm Alex Casey. I'm looking into a murder.
Come on, what is this?
There's a piece of evidence, a manuscript of a novel. You wouldn't know anything about it?
A manuscript? What manuscript? I need to see it.
Rumor had it the manuscript contained the details of the murders. A murder cult was following the story to commit their gruesome acts. Was Wake their leader? Had he written it? How far would he go to create a perfect work of art? Or would he be the next victim? Stay here.
No, wait! I need a gun!
No chance.
Casey!
Damn it. I remember dying in this alley in a dream I had. He was just gonna keep killing me here, loop by loop. You're not gonna get what you want. You think you know. You know shit. You don't really want to know. You're gonna get what's coming to you.
This was an echo of the books I had written for years. Picking up Casey's gun felt like I was assuming the role of the detective. I had a light now. I needed to get back to the subway station entrance. There was something hidden here, a phrase repeated over and over. The words resonated with meaning. Had I written this? Shit. With the alley in darkness now, restless shadows block my way. The shadows faded out until they didn't. They were trying to stop me. With the gun and flashlight, I could fight back. I could use the light to open the subway entrance now. I needed to find another light to go deeper inside.
Your story.
Darkness inside.
dark place wouldn't let me go that way. I had written books about Alex Casey for years. Something lingered here. A line from a half-forgotten story.
Tried to wash away the sins of this city. But some sins, the evidence of the crimes committed, could never be erased. Not by the rain, or any amount of therapy from Dr. Jack Daniels. It remained bruises under my skin, like tattoos. Bruises in my soul. Scar tissue on my heart. The rain never stopped falling. And I never stopped drinking.
Hello?
Oh, hey, Alan. You snuck up on me.
Sorry. Have we met?
Memory problems again, huh? Yeah, we've met. Tim Breaker. We've shared notes. Hey, I've made some progress on the map if you want to take a look. I still haven't found my mystery man, though.
You're making a map.
Trying to. It's hard to map a dream, though. I keep ending up in unexpected places. I find interesting things like those strange markings that react to the light, but never the one thing that I'm looking for. Feel free to check the map out. Oh, I've been stockpiling supplies while I poke around. If you find a stash, take anything you need.
I appreciate the help. Who's this mystery man?
Oh, it wouldn't be much of a mystery if I knew. All I have is a name. Warlin Door.
The talk show host?
No, that doesn't sound like him. The guy has many disguises, but a talk show host? No. I'll keep looking. my crazy wall. I'm just trying to make sense of things. Don't judge me.
I'll trade you walls any day.
See you around, Alan.
Wake. Wake. The city was a monster, poised to tear into you the second you let your guard down. You thought you had it tamed, that you knew what the hell you were doing. Your last mistake, unless you got lucky. And you didn't deserve to get lucky. You blinked at the wrong time, let your mind wander, and the fire escape that was meant to be your getaway route was gone. Was never there at all. You'd gotten turned around somewhere along the way. The city was coming to finish you off, and there was nowhere left to run.
Fuck me.
Come on! These words. You don't have a clue. You are a character in my story. This story is a monster.
fan. The dictionary definition of the word is an enthusiast, a fervent devotee, an abbreviation of fanatic. What comes across to an outsider as a dangerous obsession or even madness is something entirely different from the point of view of the fan herself. To be a fan is a joyous existence, one filled with the happiness that stems from knowing with utter clarity the purpose of your life. But what if that purpose could be more still? If you could be lifted out of the flock as your idol's chosen one, the only one who could decipher his secret messages. What lengths would you go to save the object of your obsession in Night Springs? Tonight's cult classic episode, #1 fan.
Life's a funny thing. You spend all your time wishing and hoping and dreaming for something, and then, bam! Destiny shows up at your door like a mailman with a package you were pretty sure got lost because you ordered it like 6 months ago. But that's okay. When your destiny has eyes like sunsets and a beard like mahogany-colored velvet, you don't really mind how it arrives. But my day didn't start off with all that excitement. It began like any other day did for this waitress/protector of the town of Night Springs. As always, Knight's Diner was the hottest spot in town, so there was plenty of work to do.
Hey, it's everyone's favorite waitress!
Look who it is!
Hi, everyone! Could I get another cup of that delicious special brew that only you know how to make?
Of course. Who else wants a top up?
Me?
Right here, please.
One for me, please, and thank you.
Here's your coffee.
How do you juggle running this diner, your bird sanctuary, and that amazing fan site for the writer you love so much?
I work extremely hard, but also I'm naturally talented.
Well, heck, no wonder us regular folks can't keep up. I'll never be as successful as you.
You won't be with that attitude. Life's not a side order of hash browns, so don't expect someone to bring it to you.
Wow. That's tough, but fair. Thank you for telling me exactly what I needed to hear.
No problem. Here you go.
A person of your genius and grace is wasted serving coffee to us regular Joes and Joannes.
Oh, I don't mind. Hot coffee.
I heard your fan site for that writer was named best fan site in the world. Congratulations!
Thanks. It wasn't easy. Another cup.
I would kill to have a passion like you do for that writer of yours. You two are destined for each other.
We sure are. That's everyone's coffee. Better put this pot back. I loved being the very successful owner and operator of the county's most popular diner. But that was nothing compared to my grease fire of passion for the writer and his sheer literary talent, and flowing hair and lips like buttery pie crust. Pie! I need to clear the empty pie plates from the tables. Shucks.
The writer lives just outside town in that mansion of his. Why don't you go talk to him?
Oh, we have our own ways of talking.
I saw in the news that you saved every single kitten from that bear attack. Amazing!
Thanks. Those yoga lessons really paid off.
Is Knott's Diner going to enter the statewide pie competition this year?
Of course! We're gonna make this our 20th win in a row!
My date last night was a total bust. You're the expert on romance. Any advice?
Yes. But first, tell me everything.
Long story short, she told me I dressed like a divorced gym teacher. But it's what's inside that matters, right?
Right. Show them the real you, and it will all work out. Talk about that mole you worry about when you're trying to fall asleep.
Well, I'll try that. Thanks a million.
Don't mention it. What can I get you?
Oh. I need a good book recommendation. After all, you're the town's literature buff.
Oh, you have got to read the newest book in the Writer's Crime Trilogy. I'll grab you a copy from the back. You better not crease any pages. No time for that. I've got customers waiting.
It's me, your favorite writer whose voice you would recognize in your sleep. I'm in danger. Please, my #1 fan, you're the only one who can save me.
Oh my gosh! Don't worry, I'm on my way. My beloved writer was in terrible danger, and I had to rescue him. The stakes have never been higher. Luckily, I kept all my accessories in the diner's kitchen. My accessories. Everything a girl needed to claim victory in the battle for love. My bolt-action hunting rifle with a gorgeous walnut stock. Deadly, and looks good doing it. Just like me. My trusty 12 gauge, fully automatic. Extreme circumstances call for extreme shotguns. I was finally ready for a night out on the town with danger. There was no time to waste. The shortcut through the boatyard was the fastest way to my rider's mansion in the woods outside town. This was my moment, my chance to save the rider and make him realize how much he needed me. And if that's not love, I don't know what is.
Run the diner while you're gone! Or we'll be way worse at it!
Tell him we all love his books!
Save literature!
You're the only one tough and graceful enough to save.
I was leaving my old life behind, like a body left to sink in a lake so no one finds it. Nothing would get between me and my future with the rider. Now, who the heck is that?
I knew you'd come to his rescue.
Who are you? And why do you look like a slightly less handsome version of my rider?
Oh, don't you ever compare me to that worthless hack. Sure, I may be his wild and rebellious estranged twin brother, but we can't all be perfect.
I had no idea he had a brother. To think there were two of him all this time.
After today, there won't be. No more writer, no more books, no more living in his shadow.
But you're his brother. I'm sure you two can talk it out and realize you have so much in common, and after you change, you can move in together. And I'll come over with popcorn for movie nights.
He had his chance for popcorn and movie nights, but he wanted to keep everything for himself. Too bad. You know what they say? If you can't join him, beat him.
What did you do to him?
I locked Mr. Fancy Pants up somewhere you'll never find him.
You won't get away with this. I'll stop you.
Babe, I got an army of people that hate that hack almost as much as I do. They're ready to die if it stops him from writing another crappy book. What do you got?
I have a shotgun.
Well, I got a... Wait, that's a real shotgun? Okay, I admit that's I didn't expect that. But it doesn't matter. You can't stop all of us.
Only a monster could be blind to the poignance of my writer's books. There was only one way to deal with monsters. My spinach this morning, so don't mess with me. Monster could be blind to the poignance of my writer's books. There was only one way to deal with monsters. gun up. My gun's hungry. My writer's jerky twin had him locked up somewhere, like a sweet, helpless prince locked in a tower. But his fan in shining armor was on her way. Luckily, one of those haters had made a hole in the fence for me. The twins' motorcycle had left tracks in the mud. I recognized the tread pattern immediately, thanks to my famously keen perception. The tracks would lead me right to my writer and his kidnapper. I felt like the detective from my writer's books, solving the case with my wits. All I needed now was an unlimited supply of black coffee and crippling emotional trauma caused by the untimely death of my spouse. More haters. Very rude. Me and my writer. Me and my writer. You are all being very rude. Oopsies! Can't forget the bullets. Why hadn't my writer ever told me he had a semi-evil twin brother? He must be waiting until our third or fourth date, surrounded by candles, so he could reveal this vulnerable chapter from the dramatic story of his emotionally troubled past. Oh, that man has more layers than a croissant. The motorcycle tracks ended at a cabin. Was my writer inside?
Hello? Isn't anyone gonna rescue this poor little writer? Hello? Is anybody there? I'm just a frail writer and I require aid.
He's inside! I'm here! I've come to save you!
Oh, joy! We can finally be together and sit through big poetry readings and drink $18 cocktails and have high tea with the queen.
writer only drinks coffee. 2 sugars, no milk. I keep all the mugs.
Okay, no more tricks. I'll be waiting upstairs.
Where are you?
I was never upstairs. I lied when I said there were no more tricks.
You're starting to peeve me off, mister. Where is my writer?
I'm just having a little fun. Let's chat down at the beach. It's just out the back.
First, he kidnaps my writer. Then he calls him a tea drinker. He had crossed the line. I was going to go to that...
Hey, me and my bike were just enjoying the view.
Where is my writer?
What do you even see in that crybaby? He's boring, he dresses like a nerd,
Hush your mouth! He is a stylish intellectual who is in touch with his feelings.
You're starting to cramp my style, babe. And I'm not telling you where he is.
What did he ever do to you?
I, already told you that? At the boatyard? I feel overshadowed by success, like he's taking everything I can compete.
Oh, right. I remember now. It's a self-confidence thing.
Well, it's a bit more complicated than that.
You are going to tell me where he is, or else.
Or else what, babe?
You asked for it. You're rude, you have no manners, your too cool to care attitude is attractive initially, but drives people away after they realize you're emotionally incapable of letting your walls down to reveal that you are a vulnerable human being just like everybody else. You are trying way too hard with that outfit.
No, stop! I don't like being seen! Listen, I never had your precious writer. I was just keeping you distracted while my army of haters storms his mansion. Now the love of your life is doomed! Doomed!
He tricked me, even with my famously clean perception. My finished this morning, so don't mess with me. My writer's mansion as fast as my chunky kitten heels would take me.
I knew you, my #1 fan, would never fall victim to my twisted brother's lies. His hatred for me is as inexplicable as the sunrise, and just as fiery. But I knew your heart would never waver. You're the only one who can save me. I believe in you.
Ryder believed in me. We were kindred spirits. We fit together like a bicycle chain and that spiky wheel thing the chain fits into. We were connected by love and destiny. He was meant to be mine, always and forever. There was no time to lose. I was the only one who could save the writer and the very soul of literature from these evil haters. The fate of all art rested on my shoulders. The stakes had never been higher.
If I have to stop you myself, I will. Unlike him, I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty.
I will put all of my sleeve! That is coming a long time!
Darn it!
You can't have the beam who looks bad, the girl! Just a rugged anti-hero type.
I should have known, but that won't stop me.
My brother's
Skids.
now you see the sexy monster within me. Our love goes both ways. I don't want to hurt you, but I will.
So you do have a heart.
This is breaking my heart. When my motorcycle is also
My gun's hungry. Son of a bitch. It's bullets o'clock. I said you could change. I'm fresh out of bullets. Oopsies! Can't forget the bullets.
Go ahead. Finish me off.
I'm not going to kill you. You're my darling writer's brother.
You really do love him, huh? I guess I never even had a chance. I was just jealous of his talent, his money, his velvety hair. But mostly, that he's got the love of somebody as amazing as you.
Oh, you silly werewolf. You could have all those things too. You just need to stop wanting to be him and start wanting to be you.
Your words have shown me that it wasn't my brother I hated. It was myself. Oh, what have I done? Those haters will tear him apart, and it's all my fault. Please, go save him.
Oh, I intend to. I'm finished this morning, so don't mess with me. Did someone order a reckoning? You are all being very rude. Don't get between me and my writer. And there he was. After all the fighting, we were finally alone. Together. Our love was written in the stars. And so we danced like two spinning planets that would eventually crash into each other in a dazzling display of flames and rocks and other planet stuff. He told me all the sweet things I'd been waiting a lifetime to hear. I saw myself reflected in his eyes. I would always be at his side. To inspire and protect him. He needed me, now and forever. After all, I am his #1 fan.
A fan and the object of her joy come together against a world trying to keep them apart. A happy ending for some. But is happiness, like beauty, all in the eye of the beholder? Where is the line between fandom and fixation? One can never tell in Night Springs.
Space invader, looking cute in a human suit. Secret agents with the down race they shoot. Psychic powers.
The gates to the platform were closed. I had a ticket. Something about the station platform felt significant. It would work in my writing, but I needed more. Something lingered here. A half-forgotten memory. An echo.
An FBI agent had come here before me on the trail of a murder cult. He'd gone missing, presumed dead. The cult was leaving me clues to follow, connecting the dots from one murder to the next, inviting me to draw an obscene picture on the city map. Caldera Street Station. The name made me think of the exit wound of a bullet.
I had a flash of inspiration. The ghost of my fictional detective. A story thread I could use in my writing. I had a location. I had a story thread. I would put them together, write them into my story to create a path deeper into the dark place. Things clicked into place. The story rang true. I was making progress. The dark place reacted to my story. The way into the tunnels was no longer blocked. The Fed had glimpsed into the maw of darkness. It swallowed him whole. The tracks led into the tunnel. That was my way forward. The blood trail continued deeper into darkness.
Alan Wake. I've ridden through mine. Alan Wake.
I don't like the sound of that. It was locked from the other side. The tunnels were a maze. The blood trail led me on. Another place to use in this story. I needed to search the tunnels for further visions. Inspiration for the story that would lead me deeper. I changed the story. The federal agent had come here looking for answers. All he found was a fate worse than death.
It's bad luck to be on this case. The cult can get you anywhere with that black magic shit. Let the day shift handle it. What happened, anyway?
Some Fed came looking for the cult, but it was a trap. A satanic blood sacrifice.
Anyone who gets involved with the cult, they're next. I heard their leader is this famous writer, Alan Wake. Their unholy motherfucking messiah.
Sounds like a load of bull.
The blood trail disappeared under the rubble. I had a feeling something was waiting there. Another echo lingered here. A source of inspiration.
Word is your research can help me, ma'am. What do you know?
There's more than one urban legend about the Cult of the Word. The murder cult used these tunnels for their ritual sacrifices. They say the cult reenacted the murders in Alan Wake's crime books. That Wake was even involved somehow, under a false identity. Mr. Scratch, which is, of course, a nickname for the devil himself.
It was disturbing finding myself in the story this way. But I was desperate, and it felt right for the story.
I arrive, and I arrive, and I arrive. I drown. Never. Alan Wake. Darkness inside me now. You choke on these words. I will show you good! You will never escape! You choke on these words.
I had a new idea, a new story thread. I was making my way deeper into the story. I could imagine this murder cult performing their macabre acts beyond the collapsed tunnel. The cultists laid the Casey novel onto the altar with reverence. Their twisted Bible. water was gone. The way forward was open.
Hey, Alan. Tim Breaker, in case you don't remember again.
I know, Tim. I'm remembering more now.
It's good to hear, man.
How's your search for Mr. Door going?
It's not great. This dream we're in, putting a lot of roadblocks in my way.
So you think this is a dream?
I'm not ruling it out. You know, my dreams have always been incredibly vivid. They feel real until the second I wake up. In the dreams, I'm often someone else. A different person with a different name, living a different life in a different world. It's alternate realities, maybe. But certain things don't change. Like Door.
The sketch you have does look like the Door I know. The talk show host.
All I know is the Door has something to do with what's happening to me. And he knows that I know. He's like some sadistic mastermind torturing me.
train blocked my way forward, but it was here for a reason. It had a role to play.
Wait. I just want to know.
I should look at the plot board, keep the story moving. I had a new idea for a scene.
Hello? Anyone there?
Dead. The scene and plot beat made sense together. The cult poured the gasoline over the train car. An iron cage that would soon become a coffin.
You're in my stuff.
This is where the history of the cult gets genuinely disturbing. The cultists tracked down the torchbearers living in the tunnels. They locked the poor folks up in a derailed subway car, doused it in gasoline. Yeah.
Charming.
It turns into a bit of a ghost story after that. They say the dark smoke from the fire still roams the tunnels searching for new victims to devour.
There are no happy endings in this city.
The story thread felt important. I could use it in one of the scenes I'd found. The new story beat fit the story perfectly. It could not be opened on this side. A sick and twisted story, but it worked. The subway car had become a burnt husk. I could get through it now. None of this was real. It was all real.
Wake. Wake.
My path was blocked. I had to find a way through. The lights would help me.
I'm lost. Alan Wake.
The city was not real. I was limited to the confines of the dream. The Echoing Hall had a story to tell. The new scene I had found was important for the story. was affecting the scene. The hole had changed into the murder cult's hideout.
The Fed had witnessed something here that made him run scared. Whether the summoning ritual had been a bona fide supernatural event or the mass psychosis of stark raving lunatics, it didn't change the facts. The cult was messing with things no one should mess with.
The ritual was a vital part of the story, the key to reaching the murder site. This new plot beat would carry me deeper into the story.
This is the ritual to lead you on. Your friends will meet him when you're gone.
Wait.
Turns out the cultists weren't the only ones using the tunnels. Hidden graffiti signs marked secret routes. I kept hearing whispers around burn barrels of an underground society of mystic outsiders with hidden knowledge. Turns out the cultists weren't the only ones using the tunnels. Hidden graffiti signs marked secret routes. I kept hearing whispers around burn barrels of an underground society of mystic outsiders with hidden knowledge. Typical New York.
Shit!
torchbearers painted the tree there. The tree of knowledge. The tree of life with its roots reaching down to hell. It could have been a Christmas tree for all the good it did him.
I couldn't hear the dark presence. It was gone. The tunnel was open now. I could get through. The dark presence. I had seen it before. I remembered now. It was always out there, hunting me. Somehow the victim's heart was the key. Something had shifted. I felt an overwhelming closeness to home. An FBI agent? Who are you?
What is this? Who are you?
She can hear me.
I'm Saga Anderson, FBI. Help me get in.
This is Alan Wake. I'm trapped here. The dark place. Under Cauldron Lake.
At Cauldron Lake. Who are you?
I'm trying to escape. I'm making progress, but I'm in danger. The dark presence. Help me. Please, help me. I could sense it. I was closer to home. Had the woman in the vision helped me somehow? Something had changed. Outside. Parliament Tower. Where I'd lived with Alice. It was out there. Waiting for me. Who was writing who? Who was writing this poem? Me? No.
Stepping to the murder site, I'd felt it, hanging in the air. A meaning, the violent emotion of the act, like a cloud of wrath. The dead eyes of the victim staring at something you couldn't see, and yet making you aware of it. Something had soaked into this place on a molecular level, overlapping with your meaningless existence. Regression to something you had managed to forget. Marking you. Taking you for a ride. Making you crazier.
The station had changed. I was closer now. Parliament Tower, our home in New York. Was I really this close to being home? Going up to our apartment? Would I be home? Or was this just an echo of the real thing? Even then, the murder site had brought me one step closer to escape. Time loses meaning here. How long have I been trying to escape? Long enough for Alice to think I'm dead. The payphone at the edge of the plaza was ringing again.
Hey, Alan. Thank God he picked up. I thought I lost you again.
Who are you? Why are you helping me?
Did you go deeper? To the overlap?
Are you talking about the murder site? Yeah, I did.
That's fantastic, Alan. We're closer to getting out. We're making progress.
Well, we would be if you would answer my damn questions.
Last time we spoke, you were pretty worried about Alice. Did you ever check Parliament Tower? To make sure she really got out of the dark place?
Well, of course she got out. That's why I'm here. That's the whole goddamn point.
Be very careful, Alan. The dark presence is stealing from you. It can already manifest as your double. Scratch will come.
Wait, hello?
Maybe he was a victim. The cult, using his words. Or maybe he was the monster behind it all. Either way, Alice Wake, his ex, she knew things. It was there in her art for all to see. A cry for help. The darkness she'd witnessed. And that put her in danger.
Was Alice here? In the story? Alice? What was that? Like a ray of warm light, I felt her presence. It gave me strength to go on. Alice's photo equipment. Set to go off when the door...
Get out! Leave me alone!
Alice! Alice!
Alice. This is a photo of Scratch. How did Alice get this? Is he stalking her? This is the door to my study, where I wrote my books. This symbol wasn't here before. Alice's video camera. No memory card inside. Alice's memory card.
When I was younger, photography was everything to me. I moved to New York thinking I'd make it as an artist. And then I met Alan. We had a good thing. We were both dedicated by our creative ambitions. The only difference was that Alan's work made money. He brought me work when he could. I took his promo shots, created covers for his books. I'm sure he forced his publisher into it. I was taking photos, just not my photos. And that gnawed at me. Things got complicated sometimes, but that's life, right? We loved each other. Then Alan hit a block. I brought out a meaner side of him. One I didn't like. I set up a trip to see a doctor in Washington. I didn't tell him until we got there. We argued. Things went wrong. And he was just gone. Drowned, allegedly. Easy for people to think it was my fault. Hell, I do, too, sometimes. About 6 years ago, I started hearing noises in the night. Typewriter keys clacking. Voices. Alan was back. Haunting me. Then it got violent. It was Alan. And yet, it was a monster. He always did have anger in him. I set up cameras around the apartment with motion sensors and flashes. Now, when the monster comes, I turn it into art. My nightmares caught on film. And this is the focus of my new exhibition. To show people the world is so much darker than they ever knew. I'm calling this exhibit The Dark Place.
hell if Scratch was terrorizing her? Why? I sat in the writer's room and wrote a story. Initiation. To project myself through the dark place, to look for a way out. The story had brought me here, brought me nowhere. Looped me back. I was writing the story. And in the story, I now stepped into the writer's room. But there was no one here writing it.
Okay, let's recap what you've told us so far, Alan. For the past 13 years, you've been trapped in a nightmare dimension called the Dark Place.
Yeah.
It's like New York, but it's not New York. And can be reached from the bottom of Cauldron Lake, but it's not really under the lake. And after all this time, you've managed to get out.
Yeah.
But so has your evil doppelganger. Mr. Scratch? Or is it the Dark Presence?
Both. It's interchangeable. He's Scratch when he looks like me, but he can change into this other form.
And Scratch, the Dark Presence, wants to rewrite the world in his own image.
Which would be in your image, as he looks just like you.
And turn the world into a fucking nightmare.
During Deerfest, which is scheduled to take place in a couple of days. You got out of the Dark Place by writing a novel, the pages we've been finding. But your double edited it into a horror story that's now changing reality, taking over people, making them crazy, bringing the Dark Place to Bright Falls.
Yes, fiction coming in contact with the Dark Place can change reality. The story is coming true, soaking into everything, like darkness when night falls. But last time
This will be back in 2010.
Yes, last time it didn't happen all at once. The story came true bit by bit as it unfolded. And that dark presence was still bound to the lake. I stopped it before it got the ending it wanted. Before it broke free. Based on that, there's still time.
Which brings us to your magical light switch.
The clicker. Magical doesn't quite cover it. Scratch wants it to bring about his ending. That can't happen. If I can get the clicker, I can send him back to the Dark Place, make all this shit go away. Look, I know it's batshit crazy. My memory is full of holes, and I'm not sure how much I can trust. It's like a half-forgotten dream.
Mr. Wake, Alan, we've seen our share of batshit crazy in the past 24 hours. What I want to know is, why am I? Why are we written into the story?
I think I saw you. Or a vision of you in the dark place. I think you helped me reach out and escape somehow. With that in the story, Scratch would have edited it to get to you. To hurt you. We are all in danger.
It's insane. And there's so much of it.
Have you ever heard of the Cult of the Tree?
Creepy bunch. In the habit of wearing deer masks, performing murder rituals, victims turning into monsters possessed by darkness, possibly inspired by a horror story written by a certain author. Ring any bells?
The cult. Yes. Yes. They have the clicker.
If the cult has the clicker, does that make them Scratch's followers? How are you so certain they even have the clicker?
They could be working for Scratch. I don't remember. It's all confused.
Alan, if I'm gonna act on this information, you need to be honest with me.
Yeah, of course.
Is he confused? Or is he hiding something?
Wake said the cult has the clicker. How does he know?
The writer is the reader. The next chapter, the next chapter, the next chapter. Keep the pages safe, the dark shining of the words.
Wake is hiding pages. That's how he knows the cult has the clicker. Wake has a double. Mr. Scratch. Where is he now?
A cloud of wrath wears my face. The dark place in your place. Scratching out my body of work.
Scratch is here. In Washington. He's hunting Wake. Scratch looks just like Wake. Why?
Don't wake up the dreamer if your life is a dream. I swam to the shore, but the water is rising.
Wake and Scratch are clearly connected. Maybe Scratch got out because Wake did. Or vice versa.
Okay, Mr. Wake. I know you have more pages of the manuscript on you.
You don't understand how vital these pages are. They're the only way I can know what's coming.
You're not the only one trying to solve this. This is our job.
Okay. Here. Now, this is all I have. Be careful with them. Inside the trailer, at the outskirts of Watery, Saga had seen Wake's fabled clicker for the first time, in the hands of the Cult of the Tree. A cultist stared at her. She drew her weapon.
It just gave us a lot of information. But this clicker seems like a good place to start. If we find that, then we find the cult. The Cult of the Tree has the clicker Wake told me about. They're a part of all this. The pages we've been finding are from a horror story called Return, written by Alan Wake. And the contents of this book are coming true. Why couldn't it have been a romance? The Dark Place. A dimension that's home to monsters. Huh. Wild stuff. Think. The Dark Place makes writing come true, taking something real and nudging it. They're treating people's lives like toys. Can Wake be trusted with that kind of power? Can anyone? It's all on the page. The clicker, the cult. Okay, I'll head to Watery and find this trailer. Casey, you stay here and keep an eye on Mr. Wake.
Got it.
No, you need me there.
No dice, pal. This is an FBI investigation, and I don't see a badge on that flannel.